Thoughts about putting this guy somewhere in tier 1.
Ooh.
I don't think it's that crazy, but when it all came to it, he's in tier 2.
Okay, and you do have 3 wide receivers in tier 2, so we'll get to all 3 of those in this segment here. These are day 1 difference makers, so you think day 1 in the NFL, they can make some plays.
100%.
And make some big plays.
I'm very confident in this group right here and their ability to get into the OTAs, right, and be like, oh, I'm a starter. They can run routes. It's not raw. They're ready to go, let alone they got talent to be a difference maker. So, yeah, I'm very, very confident in this group here.
Your number 2 wide receiver is a name that you maybe haven't heard yet, but
I'm
guessing
shocked. I will be shocked if you don't hear more of this as coaches dive deeper into this. Kyle Williams, Washington State. Kyle Williams, Washington State. Okay, everybody, I wanted to say that again. 5'11", 190, 4'4" flat, 155, and the 10, right? I'm big on the 10. Definitely got to look at that. And then I think you couple that with what you see on film, and I would go, actually, he plays faster than 4.44 or 1.55.
So this is why it's a little off the board. And in case you're not up to speed on all the different, 40 NFL wide receiver draft prospects, right now he's a projected 5th-round pick.
Yeah.
Not even listed, though, a couple months ago. So this is the mock draft stock report here, thanks to our people over there at NFL Mock Draft Database.
This will continue to go up.
He was like 500. We're talking December and then into January. And it was a month and a half ago. All of a sudden he jumps up around 250, and now he's up around 125, and there are not a whole lot of people talking about him.
Yet.
There is one person out there that Pete brought to your attention just before we started this segment. Mike Renner, formerly a PFF, current CBS Sports draft analyst. He said, quote, "I don't know what I'm missing here. I think he's the best separator in the class, and his top-end speed is awesome."
I agreed. Mike, trust it. And I believe Mike has him ranked as his number 6 receiver in his draft class as of right now. And I'm going to go, Mike, no. I mean, listen, when you start to tell me he's the best separator in the class and his top speed is awesome, and I will second on top of that only Travis Hunter's the only guy you could say is a better route runner than him. And I'm not even sure if that's true. That's how good this guy is. This guy is awesome. Like, I was blown away by him. All right, and let me just start. Just got a great speed look, right? It's a similar look to Travis Hunter, except he's probably got a little more thickness to his body overall. The legs are a little thicker, okay? Some of the quickest feet I saw, and it's the quickest feet of the draft, him and Travis Hunter, again, at the line of scrimmage, his ability to dance and move and then explode one way or catch a ball and make some sharp cut, break your ankles, do whatever is all special, right? So it's some of the quickest feet I've seen yet. On top of that, he can really accelerate, like really accelerate. The 1.55 doesn't do him justice. It doesn't, not for what you see on film. He runs away from people all the time, whether the ball's in his hand or not. He runs by people if the ball's not in his hands, and he goes deep. This is where I would give him over Travis Hunter. He has got better 70-yard to the house type speed than Travis Hunter, right? So I would say the acceleration is very similar, but top end speed, like we talked about with Travis Hunter, about 40 to 45 yards downfield, you start to see people catch up to Travis Hunter. This guy has another gear he hits, and he pulls away from everybody and scores. So that's where he's special. He plays bigger than his size, just like a Travis Hunter. He's smooth. He runs easy, right? It's not like he's like, it's just like a jog in the park, and then when he wants to hit it, you could see he hit it, and it doesn't have to work hard that way. Incredible hips, okay? That's where I do think he was actually better than Travis Hunter. And why do people say that? They go, what the hell are hips? Hips matter in your ability to run a route, right? You want to lean somebody this way, right? So you want your upper body to be this way, but you want your lower body to be going the other way to help you out a little bit and get a head start on that, right? That's what good route runners can do. They can separate the upper half from the lower half to kind of give you a false key, like, hey, my shoulders are turning this way, but so you follow the shoulders, but my hips are actually kind of starting to go the other way, right? That's what a really good route runner can do.
And even if you don't know that nuance of what he's doing with the route running, you can just see by watching him on tape is that how open he gets, right? And he's getting open. He's getting open on the deep routes, on the go routes. And so you're like, all right, he's a speedster. He's also getting open on the intermediate out 10 to 15 yard ones where he's wide open on some of those. So you're like, dang, he's consistently open using his speed or his route running ability.
His nuance, he's got to feel like Travis Hunter of like, hey, let me just like let me push this guy this way, and then I'll break real sudden that way. He's got a route, late in the year, somebody's playing inside on him, and he's got to run a post route, right? So he runs 7 yards downfield, and now he knows he's got to go the post route, but the guy's there. So he goes and breaks, but then he acts like he's going to go to the corner, and the guy jumps in, and he crosses his face and goes across, touchdown in the back of the end zone. It was one of the games later in the year. I can't remember exactly which one it was. But to that point, yes, he's special that way. And there's the ability to be smooth and make the sharp cuts and do all that. And just like a Travis Hunter can accelerate out of his breaks as quickly as it gets. There's no doubt after the catch, these are the two best in the draft. The first guy never tackles this guy. I know you watched a little yesterday. The first guy never. He's got an incredible feel of where the defender is. How many times did you see maybe him catch a 5-yard out route and you go, well, the DB's there breaking down, and they still don't tackle him.
Yep.
He catches it. He kind of looks over his shoulder, right? He's got a good feel like, oh, he's over there. Oh, I'm going to spin hard back inside. Or I'm going to spin one way and kind of attack an area and make him commit, and then I'm going to hit the brakes and cut and break his ankles and go the other way. But I was thoroughly impressed with this kid. Incredible route runner. I think he's definitely top 2 route runner in the draft. One of the biggest play guys. He's tough, right? He's got game-breaking speed. His acceleration is unreal, and I think that he's pretty damn good on jump balls. You know, he's not like Travis Hunter quite in that department, but he's still damn good at it.
Yeah.
I think I wrote down 30 to 50 when I first wrote it down, right? And that was, but like, gosh, after seeing the whole class and all that, I feel, I mean, gosh, I think he's a first-round pick. I think he's phenomenal. I mean, do I think he could go in the 20s or something like that? I do, yes.
So if there are multiple wide receivers taken in the first round, you believe he should be one of them?
I do believe he should be, 100%. And then again, this is like what we're talking about. It's just like the modern-day NFL, I think just it fits this kind of player right now. This guy that can kind of do it all. Like, hey, we've seen Jaden Reed take over for the Green Bay Packers up there. I would go, this is Jaden Reed, except he's got way more physical ability, right? He's a home run hitter. Jaden Reed's the guy that's like a lot of 20 and 30-yard gains. This guy's going to make those same plays and go 60 and 70 to the house, right?
You can totally see that. So PFF has a player tracking
right.
The GPS data, I think, is on their website now, and it shows him getting up to and exceeding 20 miles an hour 16 times.
Yeah.
That is the second most of any draft-eligible wide receiver. And so the speed shows up
Great.
there on tape for him. He has been highly productive all throughout his college career. From the moment he stepped on campus at UNLV, he was the freshman of the year in the Mountain West Conference there, went to Washington State last year, was over 1,100 yards receiving, 8th in college football. So not only are the raw numbers there and the route running ability, but he's been highly productive. And so, like, what is not to like? Because usually one's not there. It's he shows elite skills, he just never really produced.
Right. This is like both are there. Exactly. This is, to me, I think goes into the conversation we were talking about a little bit. Just they're not on national TV, barely ever.
They're in a 2-team conference, the Pac-2.
Their quarterback transferred late in the year and was like, hell, I don't want to go there. Exactly. The Pac-2, there's that. And this, so it's just never force-fed to the audience quite like some of the other names that we know of. Let alone there's not like a marquee game where some of the other guys, he had 300 yards or 250 in this game, right? That sometimes is what needed to put you on the scene of like the normal everyday fan and some of the TV scout evaluators and all that. But man, I like this guy's game a lot. I think he is big play guy and can be the guy that's 105 catches and 13 yards per catch and doing all that stuff too. Got an incredible blend of it all. I am pumped about Kyle Williams in the NFL.
Now, one thing that Lance Zierlein is looking at over at NFL.com,
what's he say?
His subpar hands lower his floor.
He does have a few drops. Okay. I would say that for sure. The thing, though, that I would say with his drops, like, it's not totally concerning. There's a few more than you would like. But I found this even with another guy we're going to talk about in a minute. I don't look at it as like it's bad hands. When I really looked at the drops, it's, to me, it's a guy that's not fighting the ball drops. It's a guy that's looking over his shoulder. Where am I about to run or go move here? Because I'm going to make something happen, and just not watching the ball and already like being a little bit too aggressive with snatching the ball. That's where I looked at it with him. Like, I want to snatch it because I'm already looking over here to where the DB is so I can make the move. Oh, damn, I snatched it and it hit off the front of my fingers and I jammed my fingers. I didn't catch it, right?
Yep.
I didn't look at it like, oh, this guy's He's struggling to catch the ball. There's plenty of other ones where it's like, that's a phenomenal catch. He snatches it out of the air. It's seamless. It's all of that, right? So I think it's more of a concentration, trying to make too much happen before just looking it in kind of thing.
I love it. Yep. Aggregators, you got something to work with here with your number 2 wide receiver, who you thought about for a second, maybe putting in tier 1 with Travis Hunter, but he leads off tier number 2 for you.
Yes. Thanks for watching Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Hey, just because the season's over, it doesn't mean we're over. We ain't going anywhere. The NFL never dies.
We're staying right here. Hit subscribe. We got every NFL move. We'll react to that. Plus, Chris has got 4,719 draft prospect profiles to do.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe. You know where to find us. Peace out, homies.